people of the internet? Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for tuning into today's segment. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. Got another video pulled up here. It looks like this one comes from NBC News, in which is entitled, Study Confirms Microplastics Are Getting into Brain Tissue. Folks, I speak on these things all the time on this channel in terms of the food that we're eating, the water that we're drinking, the chemicals that are in our everyday products, household items, household products that we're using. So I like seeing conversations like this because, again, it brings a level of awareness that we all need to be aware of because, again, these are things that affect you and me. Of course, I'm sure you eat food, right? You wear clothes, you drink water, you breathe the air. Something's being tampered with, I feel like, folks. So I like seeing segments by this from the mainstream media because I feel like sometimes you start speaking on things like this and they automatically throw you into conspiracies and this, that, and the other. But I do want to believe that there's a growing population of people that are growing in awareness of the things that are happening with all our everyday household products and things of that nature. So let's get into this video. Again, it comes from NBC News, where it says here, a study confirms microplastics are getting into our brain tissue. Let's get some more details on this.
Back with a new study that has some scientists raising concerns about our environmental health and its impacts on the human body. Over the years, microplastics, a word you probably started to hear more, they've been found in almost every organ in the body, as well as in the bloodstream. But now, for what seems to be the first time, these microscopic pollutants have been found in tissue in the human brain. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar is here to explain what this new research means. This is one of those ones where you're like, I'm worried about it, don't think I can do anything about it, but you're going to tell me if I can. So let's first start with the information. It's a new study. It found microplastics in the olfactory bulb of multiple people, I understand, during autopsies.
Yes.
This is responsible. You kind of might remember this from bio or whatever, wherever you learn this.
Yes.
It processes information, smell, things like that.
Yeah.
According to the study, does that mean we're breathing in these what could this mean?
Well, so experts are saying that this is a very reasonable concept, that the nose would be a portal of entry to the brain.
What are microplastics? Small plastic particles that come from the degradation of plastics, ubiquitous in nature, and therefore affect both wildlife and humans. You see the image in the background there, folks, those microplastics, that looks like a zoomed in photo of a hand. Microplastic, those tiny little small particles. So you see there, that's how it's defined. Let's watch a little bit more.
Now that microplastics found in kidney tissue, liver tissue, placental tissue. There was an article in the spring that showed that people who had microplastics in the carotid artery, that, that could increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. So what they are surmising here is that if you have inflammation in nasal passages, the microplastics, it's easier for them to get in. The olfactory bulb, if you Google it, it sits right here at the top of the nose, and it's basically a conduit to the brain. What does that really mean for human health, right? The concern is that it potentially could increase the risk for neurodegenerative disease, but we have zero evidence that that is the case at this time.
So let's also define a microplastic.
Yes.
We've been showing some pictures of people with little bits of plastic, it looks like, on their fingertips. There's some behind you. I guess, especially in the context of this one, if we're talking about it like entering through the nose, it's not like we see those just flying through the air.
No.
So what's going on?
In fact, they're really, really small to see.
Right. I feel like these pictures might be a little bigger than they actually are.
Yeah. The largest microplastic is about 5 millimeters, and then it goes down to 1/5 of a meter. And then
Stop right there. You see the list here. Some products that contain microplastics. So drink cans, beer, synthetic garments, salt grinders, sunscreen. How many of these items do you have in your household right now, folks? And this is the thing I be saying, and I chuckled a little bit because I'm drinking out of a water bottle, plastic water bottle, as this video was talking, and it's just like, man, how many of these items do you have in your household right now? Scary. What's going on in this world, man? Now, so again, folks, I like speaking on things like this because, of course, it's going to increase your level of awareness. It's one of those situations you heard, as the lady even said as well, too, like, damn, well, how much can I do about it? What can I do about it? Almost sounds inevitable. I just feel like the more and more people are aware of these things, we can maybe have a stronger voice towards these, corporations or whoever's in charge, we could say, to find better solutions. At the end of the day, of course, we all know it's about consumerism and money and consumption, right? User consumption, household consumption, yada, yada, yada. So they don't probably care about the little guys or just people in general when it comes to making a profit. But these are things that are not necessarily meant to scare you, but to bring awareness. I want you to be aware, of course, if you have children, you yourself, your family. I think my solution, of course, is just everything in moderation. Limit the amount of things. Now that you know this information, we should make conscious decisions on limiting the intake of the things that we are consuming. Again, the things that we're putting on our skin, the things that we're eating. Of course, you heard her say some of this is indeed, particles blowing in the air, whatever the case is. It's just awareness, folks. Again, like it does sound scary. It sounds a little bit scary. You might feel a little bit hopeless, like, damn, well, how do I block out microplastics in everyday life, But again, it's just, for me, if anything, it's a level of awareness, knowing that, hey, this is a situation. So maybe I can cut down on my synthetic garments and my drink cans or whatever the case is, and just being aware that these things are possible. But in terms of just long-term health, in terms of just brain development, just human development, the more you know, I feel like the better chance that you can save yourself from having to take trips to the doctor's office, things of that nature. Want to hear your thoughts on this, folks. Are you concerned? What do you make of this? Is this by design? Again, I don't want to go down the conspiracy theorist rabbit hole, but if you believe in the depopulation agenda, which proclaims that there is indeed an agenda from an elite group that is trying to lower the population on this earth. There's too many humans, some people believe. And sometimes I hear news like this, stories like this, and I see it as the means that these corporations or these people, these entities, I should say, not even corporations, I don't want to whatever. But if I was part of the demographic of people that believed that there was indeed too many humans on the planet, and I was tasked with the objective of finding a way to lower that population, is all I'm saying. Nonetheless, that's my thoughts, folks. I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. Of course, as always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you on the next one.